Okay, we're continuing with equipment. This is video 2. Now we're going to talk about, we talked about our baking pans, and in order to be able to bake, we'll get to that, how to read the recipe and all that good stuff. But stand mixer, you need a stand mixer to mix your, there are 3 types of mixers you can use. Stand mixer, you can mix your cake mixes, you can mix your bread dough, you can mix your cream, your sugar and butter and all of that good stuff. And then we have a hand mixer that you can use. It's kind of hard to cream with, but you know, this is what I had my next step mixer before I got a stand mixer. So I still creamed and did everything I did with this, besides the dough. But now you can get hand mixers that have that little dough hook so that you can mix your bread. It's very easy. Then we have a whisk. I use a whisk sometimes to mix my cake mix. I don't even use these 2 mixers because I had to whip it with a fork when I was young, and my mom said whip it 50 times. You had to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Boy, your arms would be hurting, but you were doing exercise, you know. So a whisk, and also, you know, you whisk your eggs, and you can whisk your dry ingredients together. This whisk has many uses. So getting back to old school, we're taking it back, y'all, taking it all the way back. This is the mixer after the fork that my mom had that you use to mix. See, you had to do it like this. This is old school, but guess what? You working those arms, see? Working those arms. You getting that exercise. If you left-handed like my niece Melody Hopper, you use that left hand and you working it and you losing inches of your arms, and that's why people weren't really that big, because everything they did was manual. Didn't have a button to push. But this is old school. And then the fork. Go all the way back to the fork, use the fork. And sometimes I find myself using that because I grew up doing it. I've been cooking ever since I was 7 years old, so I watched my mom, and you know, I learned every method. If I didn't have this mixer, I could use a fork. If I didn't have this, I can use a whisk. And if I didn't have this, I can use this. So these are the different types of mixing tools. Also, it's one other mixing tool that I used a fork when I grew up, but now you have this pastry blender that when you're making your biscuits or pastry, that you can blend your solid with your flour. So it's good for y'all. You know, you have all these tools. I had to use a fork for that too. My mom taught me, so if I didn't have one of these, in which I don't have one of these at home because I do use a fork. So there's some other things that you need in order to bake effectively. If you don't buy flour that's already pre-sifted, you need a sifter. I remember this from old school too. I remember this sifter. So, and they do have a modern way of doing it. You take a I'll show you that in another video. But they don't always use a sifter now. They have another mechanism. They shake it like that. But I don't have this at school yet, but I have it at home, and I'll talk about that another time, or I'll show you when you're at school. If you ask me, I'll bring it and show it to you. So the next thing you need for the hot oven is an oven mitt, and this is, I'm showing you Southwest equipment. This is what we have at Southwest, and you need an oven mitt when you're trying to get hot stuff out of the oven. Although I didn't grow up with an oven mitt, you know, we use a rag. My mom, she didn't have an oven mitt, no fancy stuff. We use a rag to get stuff out. And yes, I find myself using a rag because it's old school. And of course, if you're making a honey bun cake, you need to have this brush. This is the best brush. Thank you, Georgia James, for ordering these cute brushes. But we have different colors. And you can brush your butter and garlic mixture for your drop biscuits, and it's clean. Look, sanitizing it is a breeze compared to the other brush like this. This is hard to clean and sanitize. See the difference? So when you come in the lab, grab this one. But if you want to wash and sanitize a long time, grab that one. And then you need this rubber made spatula to scrape the sides. When you cream it and mix the stuff, always lock your bowl in. Use it for that. But now, I know my students call this a spatula, but this is an egg turner. So this is a spatula when you say you need a spatula for your baking, and this is an egg turner when you're flipping your pancakes and flipping your eggs, just so you know the difference. Okay, and sometimes you need a funnel, because some things you may have to measure and you need a little funnel. So this is a funnel. And we talked about the pizza pan. You're going to need a pizza cutter. So this is what you use to cut your pizza. And which I'm giving you Southwest equipment. And I'm going to be coming to you. This is your second video, and I have one to talk about pots. So, and I'm giving you Southwest equipment so you'll know what to do when you get to school. And now for your quiz, it's the end of mixing. Okay, your quiz at the end of this. I'm going to hold up something, and I want you to name what it is, either in the comments or on a Google Doc. In my measuring tools video, what is this called? In my measuring tools video, what is this? What are these called? In my measuring tools video, what is this called? And they come in plastic and they come in glass. Okay, that's your quiz for today, for this video. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit like. You have to do it on every video that I do, so I get the credit. So you have a wonderful day, kids, and I'll be seeing you on our Google Meet, and we'll be discussing some things about the videos, because this is the way I can teach you other than just PowerPoints. And I'm a hands-on person. Show me, I can learn it. It's hard for me to learn it any other way, but I managed to do it so you can learn both ways. So, your dancing cook teacher out of here. And remember, this is your attire when you come. I got it any kind of way. Oh Lord, sorry, y'all. Got it any kind of way. My apron. Woohoo, woohoo. See you.